The Faroe Islands, or Faroes, are an archipelago in the North Atlantic Ocean and an autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark. Located in the triangle between Iceland, Norway, and the United Kingdom, the island's population is roughly 55,000 people and a land area of 1,400 square kilometers. The group consists of 18 volcanic islands, partially connected by tunnels. The terrain is rugged, dominated by fjords and cliffs, with sparse vegetation and a few trees. To get around the island, the easiest is to rent a car. While in remote areas roads might be single lane, overall traffic is low and driving is not more difficult than anywhere else in Europe. Large tunnels connect the main islands. Just be aware that driving through them is quite costly. Driving through the only roundabout in a tunnel might still be worth the price. Public transit is possible in the Faroe Islands with buses, ferries, and even helicopters. Getting around by car is still the easiest. A good place to stay during your time on the Faroe Islands is Tórshavn, located on the island's Streymoy and the capital city of the Faroe Islands. Tórshavn has been the capital of the Faroe Islands ever since the Norse established their parliament in Tinganes in 850. The city is known for receiving the fewest hours of sunshine of any city around the world, at just about 840 hours a year. With the low number of inhabitants, even smaller groups of tourists can already be a disturbance to the otherwise peaceful island atmosphere. Keep this in mind while you're strolling the oldest district of the Faroe Islands, Rein, and the local government area, Tinganes. The markers on the floor provide a suggested route, and it should come without saying, but don't film into people's houses and don't take pictures of the locals without asking. The grass-covered roofs, which you will find all over the place, are a traditional setup in the Faroe Islands. In an area where trees are sparse, the grass roofs provide adequate protection against the rough Faroe climate. Just outside the harbor, the Skansen fortress is protecting the entrance into the bay. Built in the 16th century, today it's a memorial and houses a lighthouse, some World War II guns, and a few older cannons. The fortress is free to enter and open around the clock. Located just 15 minutes walk from the harbor, it's an easy afternoon activity when the weather is most gentle in the Faroe Islands. Similar to Iceland, the Faroe Islands also feature some incredible churches. Hundingskirkja is one of the 10 artistic wooden churches that are remaining from the 1829 to 1847 period. Exploring the grounds doesn't take long, but if you're in the area anyhow, for example while driving to Gjógv, we highly recommend a short stop at the church. Another spectacular location that you shouldn't miss is the Kirkjubomo-Rúrin, which features the ruins of the Magnus Cathedral. Currently on the waiting list to become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is the most impressive medieval building on the Faroe Islands. The Bishop Erlendur started the construction in about the year 1300. For a long time, it was unclear if the construction has ever finished and the cathedral was used. However, findings of an arched roof base and old plastering on the walls indicate that the structure was actually roofed and in use at some point. far away from the dome, you will also be able to find the typical old Faroes house. To protect against the weather conditions, these houses used to be even dug halfway into the ground to protect against the wind. With the grass coverings, they would have been barely distinguishable from any surrounding hill, apart from the smoke coming from the main farmhouses. Despite being volcanic islands, the Faroe Islands don't offer many natural hot springs. Varma Kelda, or the Warm Spring, is the warmest natural spring in the Faroe Islands with a constant temperature of 18 to 19 degrees Celsius, approximately 65 degrees Fahrenheit. As legend goes, it is said to have healing power, and if you drink from the water between the nights of the 3rd and 4th of July, you will find your true love. Totally worth it. Slipped, fell. The hot spring is tiny, and it's about lukewarm. So yeah, compared to the hot springs on Iceland, I would argue this is really not worth the hassle. It's not marked at all, but yeah. For completeness sake, the only hot spring on Faroe Islands. By the way, the Google Maps marker is way off. Somewhere over there is where Google Maps will lead you to. But yeah, like a few hundred meters to the left of it, you will find it. With the large amount of rain, the Faroe Islands feature a lot of beautiful lakes and waterfalls. One of the most scenic waterfalls in the Faroe Islands is located on the island of Vágar, the Múlafossur waterfall. Located next to the small village Gassaladur, it is only 11 kilometers north of the airport at Vágar. The viewport overlooking this 30-meter drop can easily be reached within a 5-minute walk. The tallest waterfall in the Faroe Islands is the Fossa waterfall. Located right next to the street, it's only a 5-minute walk to really enjoy the waterfall. But there's also a different path that will lead you up to the upper levels of the falls. We have a whole different video on this waterfall and you'll find it down in the description below. One of our favorite places that we ever visited on the Faroe Islands was Saxon. You will not only find a beautiful church, but also access to a small secluded beach. It takes about a 40-minute walk, but if you go for it, you will find a private secluded beach with no one around. So it's crazy cold, almost freezing, definitely summer weather, but well, that's what we came here for. Some rough outdoors. And man, it's beautiful around here, but cold. Next to the church and the beach, there's also a small collection of old Faroese houses that make a great picture spot. The local farmers operate them as a museum, so you can visit if you want to. Finally, there's also an incredible hike that starts here at Saxon. The trail from Saxon to Tjónuvik provides incredible vistas and is one of the few hikes where you don't have to pay a hiking fee. Hiking fees are sadly very common on the Faroe Islands and can reach anywhere between $20 and $30 per person. Even short accesses to viewpoints sometimes cost up to $10 a person. There's 2 of these hikes that you still shouldn't miss. One of them is the lake above the ocean. From Trela Nipa, or Slave Cliff, you will have an incredible view over the lake. A long time ago, slaves that couldn't work anymore were pushed off this cliff. Today, it's just a popular tourist destination with one of the most incredible views you can find in the Faroe Islands. If you want to visit the famous filming location, you can also take the hike to the Kalur Lighthouse. You will be able to find a gimmick, a gravestone for James Bond, and an incredible view from the lighthouse. Thank you for visiting the Faroe Islands with us. If you want to support our channel, the best thing you can do is to share our videos. And, of course, a like goes a long way. Thank you so much, and until next time.